Excellent. And if you could let me know in the chat box that you were able to connect. Or you can give me a thumbs up if you are on camera. Right. Thank you so much. Dr. Asangwad, also nice to see you. Hello.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can also give me some love. You'll see a little heart at the very bottom. Makes me feel good, right? Thank you so much. So this is called Getting Started, Setting Up Your Blackboard course with Webex. And I think everyone is good to go. Appreciate that. So first, just to get a feel for our group today, please let me know what is your role at UDC. I'll also put that as well. Oh, Nelda, that's okay. You can also let me know in the chat box. Right? I think the trick is if you have water in your phone, isn't it to put it in rice? Right, I think that does work. I've heard that works. Director of Learning Technology, faculty. Excellent. See, 3 of you have participated so far. Peer reviewer. Excellent. A nice little group today. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next question. So just to get a feel for the group here today, what video conferencing platform do you use for class? Is it Webex, Zoom, Blackboard Collaborate? Let me know in that box. Four of you are using Webex, perfect. But I'll go over how to set that up for your class. Webex and Blackboard Collaborate, thank you. Yeah, the Mentimeter code, I'll go ahead and put it wider on the screen for you. You can either scan the QR code on the screen right now or enter the code 72682297. I can also put that in the chat box. So it looks like most of you are using Webex for class. You may be using one of the course room or individual class sessions. So I do want to go over how to set that up successfully in Blackboard and really link it so your students know what to click on exactly and they can join your class very quickly. So let me go ahead and open up my screen. And I will be walking you through on how to get this set up on your Blackboard platform. So can everyone see the screen right now with my test? Okay, so what I'll do first is remember when we're using Webex, it's all under books and tools. So the easiest way to access that is look on the left side of your screen. You'll see books and tools right here and just click on course and institution tools. Let me go ahead and click on that. And on the right side of your screen, you'll see all of our built-in programs that we can use already. So if I scroll down, I can see Webex right here. If it's not listed, at the very bottom, it says browse all course tools. Let me click on that. Now this will open up the content market. These are external apps that we have that integrate well into Blackboard. If I scroll down, I will see Webex right here. Right, so let me click on that. Now what this does, it launches Webex on your screen. Now, if you've never authorized Webex before, your screen will look different than mine. So let me go to the setup page. It will look something like this. So there are some different features you can go ahead and check here if you're setting up Webex for the first time. So let me walk you through on how to set up for virtual meetings or class sessions. So right here, I can go ahead and click on this and check it and click apply. And that will say that features updated successfully. If you're also interested in using office hours, you can also click office hours right here and apply that. Now let's double check a few more things on this page. So right here with my time zone, I'm on the East Coast, I'll click on save. And then authorize with LMS. So this is important. You want to authorize using Webex in Blackboard. If this shows as blue, click on authorize. That will authorize it so you can start using it. And let's scroll up. So now that I have this set up, let's go to virtual meetings in the upper left corner. Now right here, you can see that there are no virtual meetings set up for my particular class. So let me go to new meeting. And I'll go ahead and put introduction to writing. Let's do that. And I teach this course every Monday and Wednesday, starting on Monday the 13th. Let's put that. So I teach this class at 11 a.m. So 11, I'll click on 0 and a.m. I'll click on done. Now this class duration is 1.5 hours. I'll do 1 hour, 30 minutes. This is a meeting, and this repeats weekly. So I want to click on weekly under recurrence. And every week on Tuesday and Thursday. So I have this September 13th. That's a Monday, sorry, Monday and Wednesday. And I will click on create meeting. Okay, so I want to open this up to the group. I made a mistake. So what mistake did I make? What are you not seeing here? If you have any guesses, you can unmute or type in the chat box. So I see that I have mine for September 13th through October 13th.
Yeah, not the full semester.
You got it, Azolda? It's not a full semester. So let me go ahead and delete this series and start all over. So I'll delete the entire series. So if I go to new meeting, I'll do that again, introduction to writing, starting on September 13th at 11 a.m. And it is 1.5 hours. It's weekly, every week on Monday and Wednesday. So what should I click now?
Ending.
You got it. So ending date. Thank you, Azolda. So I can go ahead and do the ending date will be in December. So that will be December 22nd. And my class is from 11 to 12:30. So what should I put as my ending time?
What do you mean?
You said the class is from 12:30, so maybe you may want to do 12:45 to give a buffer, or for questions the students may have at the end of the class session.
Excellent, thank you, Julian. So I'll go ahead and put 12, or let's put 1. I'll put 1 p.m. as the ending time. So I'll click on done. Now, if I want to record my class, let's go to show advanced options. And a couple more things here. So everyone in your organization can always join unlocked meetings. When the session is unlocked, guests can join the meeting, or you can change the options. But for now, I'll keep it at the default. Guests can join the meeting. If you want to automatically lock your class, you can go ahead and click right here. Automatically lock my meeting 15 minutes after the meeting starts or after my class starts. So let's say I want to lock it after 10 minutes. One more thing right here is automatic recording. automatically start recording when the meeting starts. So I'll go ahead and put that so I don't have to do it myself for each session. And I'll go to create meeting. Okay, so let's check if everything is correct here. So I have Mondays and Wednesdays, September 13th and 15th, from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., an hour and a half. I want that to be through the entire semester. There you go. So it ends on December 22nd at 12:30 p.m. So everything is done correctly. Now, if I want to delete a specific one, let's say November 24th is Thanksgiving, I'll delete that. Not just this one, but I can edit it. Let's go here.
Can I ask a question, David?
Yes.
What about the waiting room? Because I usually take attendance while I admit everyone from the waiting room. Do we have this option?
That's a great question. So let's go ahead and edit. And right here, I'll show advanced options. So you see right here, if you want to do a waiting room, you can do guests wait in the lobby until the host admits them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So as you can see here, we have everything set up. And once that class is done, it will be under past meetings and the class will be recorded so the students can see that class recording. You don't have to send individual links for your students. You'll see upcoming, past meetings, and recordings right here. Any questions so far about what I've covered?
Because students will use the same link for each, like 30 or whatever, 40 sessions. But if you post your link in Blackboard, I know that in Zoom you can copy the invitation. Do we have this in here so you can copy invitation and then post in Blackboard?
That's a great question. So one of our best practices is to link directly to this page for Webex. So let me show everyone how to do that. So let's go back to our Blackboard page. Now, in the past, maybe I could have emailed or sent an announcement for every single meeting, but let's give students one link that they can access throughout the semester that they click on to access these virtual classes. So how I'll do that is I'll go to View Course and Institution Tools, and I'll scroll down and there's a plus sign right here with Webex. Let me click on that plus sign. Now, as you can see what happened here, there's a direct Webex link on my screen now. Let's make it a little bit more student friendly. So I'll go ahead and clear this. Let's click on the three dots right here and edit. Now, what this brings up is that description box and the title for this Webex link. Now, what I can do is make this a little bit easier to see. Let me save this. So for example, right here, I can put Webex classes, click here, 9:30 to 10:50, not PM, AM on Tuesday and Thursday from 8:23 to 8 to 12:17. So that's a way that I can help my students. What I will do is I will edit this right now. So my test class is from, let's go ahead and change this. So Webex classes, click here. And let's do 11 AM to 12:30 PM. And let's say on Wednesday, Monday and Wednesday. And I'll go ahead and put the date right here from 9:13 through 12:22. And I want to unhide this for my students. I'll make it visible and save. So as a best practice, what you can do here is I can move this to the very top. And let's say in my test course, I'll go ahead and move this above. Of course, it doesn't want to move. Of course. Okay, let me
That
do
always
this.
happens.
Always. I wish there was an easier way to do this. Or what you can do is put it under start here. But if I were to move it, it doesn't work right now. Let's just imagine it's there. But as you can see, if I do a student preview, now they'll be able to see that Webex link right here where it says Webex classes. Click here, 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Monday and Wednesday from 9:13 to 12:22. This makes it a lot easier for the students to just click on this link. And then as the students, they can see virtual meetings are set up. They can see the date right here and then click on join and they'll join the class directly. So that saves you a lot of work and time. You don't have to email your students every single week. You don't have to send them individual links. Everything will be here. So they can go to upcoming, past meetings. If you set this to auto record, they'll also see all the recordings in the system just like so. Now, another way they can do this, if you don't put this Webex link directly, is they can also click on course and institution tools. They can click on Webex, and that will take them to the page. But if you just save that step, add the Webex link directly right here, that makes it really easy for your students to see, right? Any questions about this?
So how would you make sure that they could access without having to go to Blackboard? So if they have the invitation and it comes 15 minutes ahead of the class, they could just click on that. How would that be set up?
That's a great question. So if we click here. So if you have those meetings, let's go to this meeting. And actually, let's go to my Cisco Webex page after this. Give me a second. So I'm going to log out and sign in. So actually, Julian or Fatma, if you could help me here. If I want to give an individual link instead of linking to this Webex page, how would I do
it
that?
has to be from the Webex, your account in Webex website,
Okay,
and not from here.
so let's do that. I'll go to my Webex page.
Or
Thank you, Fatma.
you will log in, or you will log into the room and take the link from there. But this is much more sufficient. So if you click on, yeah, exactly. And then you click on one of them, here we go. And you can copy from the top. Yeah, you got it.
Excellent. Thank you, Fatma, for that. So yes, Elmira, if you look here, if you go to your University of DC Webex page, so that's separate from the one that's in Blackboard, you're able to see all your upcoming meetings. So let me go ahead and do the next 30 days. And then I can click on this individual meeting link. And then I can do start meeting. Right? Or I can click on this meeting link and I can give them that meeting link right here, if they're not on Blackboard.
So you need to set up individual emails and send them the meeting link 15 minutes ahead. It's not automatic.
You can do that. We encourage our students to access Webex through Blackboard. Just it saves you time, and also they can see the link and then just connect directly. But if you do want to set up something, what you can do then is if you want to copy these individual links, you can also put them in an email or a document for them to access. Fatma?
Yeah, just to concur on your point that it's much easier, Dr. Amar, to have it in Blackboard rather than sending the links. In Blackboard, it's content within and the reading and the recording, and so you don't have to keep sharing the link or sharing even the recording. So this function, I would use it only if you have a guest want to visit the Webex class. So you
Okay.
will give them the link from here.
Okay.
But also, I believe that in Blackboard, whenever we put an announcement, there is a function that emails are sent simultaneously.
Yeah,
So
but
you
it's,
just,
yeah, I agree, but it's why we send a link.
I
if it's
understand,
already-
yes.
Yeah, it's sometimes it confuse the student, and because some of them, they don't read the announcement, so it might be just tell them the Webex link, and then they will see all their classes just for the whole semester.
I'm just saying this, that if there is a need to send to the whole class, there is no need to send all the emails to all students. Just post the announcement and hit the send an email simultaneously. So it will be in announcement and in email to each student at the same time. This is the only thing I'm trying to stress out. Of course, Fatma is
Okay.
right. It's better to have it once in one place. I always do this for my classes. The link for the whole course. And I don't bother about this, and students learn quickly about having this link inside the class.
Okay. Second question. Now, you have outsiders that do not have access to UDC intranet. So are there going to be any problems with them trying to sign on with that link?
So let's see, we have guest access already here. Let me go ahead and click on this.
So they won't have an issue if they so if they are in Blackboard, if the guest access that I provided you, Dr. Alma, she wouldn't have a problem with accessing the system. And if she doesn't have access or he doesn't have access to Blackboard, you can send the link like David showed you from the Webex page.
Okay.
That was a great question. So just to follow up on that, remember that you can leave your meeting unlocked, right? And it will lock after 10 minutes of that class start time. So if you give the link, the guest, you can either have them join the meeting directly. So let me go ahead and just circle these. So right here, right on that page, or you can click on another one where they can wait in the lobby or they can't join the meeting. So that's a way, like, let's say I have a speaker coming to my class on Wednesday. I can leave it unlocked. They can wait in the lobby. When I see their name, Fatma, I see her name, I can go ahead and admit her to the classroom.
Okay.
Great question. So one of the things I wanted to talk about with troubleshooting is, as you can see, when I open up Webex through Blackboard, there is a limitation. So earlier I talked about if I wanted to cancel a specific class. So here's what it looks like in Webex as the instructor. So let's say it is November 24th. I want to cancel this class. If I click on delete here, what do you see on the screen?
Delete the entire series, which is not what I want to do.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen. So what you have to do if you want to delete a specific class is go to that link I put in the chat box, the universityofdc.webex.com. This will give you some more functions. So you can also set up your classes through here, but I wanted to show you how to set it up directly in Blackboard itself. So let me go to home and meetings. I'll go ahead and choose custom range until November or December. Okay, let's do this. So now I'll find that November 24th class. I know that we'll have a holiday. I don't want that to happen. I'll click on that specific class and then I can click on delete. Now you can see this shows you more options than what was available within Blackboard. So I can cancel only this meeting or cancel the entire meeting series. I'll click on OK. So only this meeting will be canceled. So all the other ones will still show up. So let me go ahead and double check that in Blackboard. Okay, of course, that doesn't work. So let me go back here. I'll click on here. I'll scroll down. November 24th still shows here, but it shouldn't show there. So if I
sometimes it take a little bit of time to update. It's not, sometimes it's not instant.
So I'll check again at the end, right, for that November 24th date. Thank you so much, Fatma. Okay, so another thing to talk about is right here. Blackboard Collaborate. Now, one of the reasons why we are encouraging the use of Webex is just to really make everything uniform throughout the campus with using Webex. So you may have noticed with Blackboard Collaborate, it can be a bit unstable. Recently, with a lot of our faculty, there have been some issues with students not being able to join a course through Blackboard. Also, if the Blackboard system is down itself, you're not able to access Blackboard Collaborate either. So remember that the integration with Webex is already within Blackboard itself. If you click on and show the link to students that they can click here to access the Webex classes, it makes it very easy for them. So remember, Blackboard Collaborate, while it is in the system with Blackboard, it's unstable. Because Webex is through Cisco, it's a lot more stable as a platform. Do I have any questions about that?
No.
Thank you, Izolda. Another question you may have is Zoom, right? So Zoom, we do have it at UDC, but it's not yet integrated with our Blackboard platform. So Webex is integrated. So just for uniformity, to make things easier for students if they take different classes, let's use Webex and just link that directly within Blackboard itself.
Can I add something?
Yes, please.
We also discourage Zoom because Zoom is not as secure as Webex. If you noticed earlier on in the pandemic, there was a lot of people being able to log on different Zoom courses. Zoom doesn't have the type of security settings that Webex does. So it kind of allows you to have a secure classroom and not have to worry about those type of distractions. Thank you, David.
Yeah, was that called Zoom bombing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't want that to happen.
Right, I experienced this a lot, especially during the spring 2020. Yes. People will enter somehow, even if I had the waiting room, and then start writing something on the screen.
Yeah, those are really good considerations, right? Because Zoom, with the security issues, we don't want that to happen in our classes. And remember, since Webex is directly linked here, and they can go ahead and click here, one of the best things about using Webex is the recordings, if you have that set to auto record, or you record while you're in the classroom, it will record directly to the cloud. So they will be able to access these class recordings as well. You don't have to send an additional link or do extra work.
But how they do they need to go to the Webex website, or directly from the course shell they can access the recordings?
Yeah, so for this one, if I'm a student, I can just access it directly through Blackboard. So here's my Blackboard page as a student for this course. I'll click here. And this is something that you can also walk through with your students, but we have upcoming, past meetings, and then recordings.
Great.
Yeah. Thank you, Izolda.
But I also am just wondering, what teacher tools you can use while you are in the meeting. For example, I see you are using this red ink to write something, indicate something. So what kind of tools do we have in Webex?
That is a great question. So I want to segue because next week, next Thursday from 12 to 1 p.m., I'll be doing a deeper dive at the tools that you can use within Webex for your classes.
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of like, thank you. That was a great question because it's like an advertisement for next week. But next week, I'll go over the different tools. There's annotation tools, there's polling, there's different reaction tools that you can use in your class. And I'll also showcase some class scenarios where you can use those different tools in Webex.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Izolda, and hopefully you can make it next week as well.
I hope too.
And I'll have it recorded, so that'll work too, right? Let's go back to Mentimeter. And if you have your phone open on Mentimeter, if you do have any questions, you can also put them here. It's a good way that we can collect questions or any next steps. So before we end. So if you go to Mentimeter on your phone or on your computer, you'll see that open Q&A. You are welcome.
I am submitting, but somehow, did you get my?
Yes, I will see that. Let's see. So thank you. Thank you for the like. This was awesome. I appreciate that. Great session. No questions?
And I sent also something, but why you don't get?
Let's see. Did you click submit?
Yes, yeah, twice.
Okay.
I don't understand why.
Are you on the Q&A page? Oh, let's see.
Yes.
Maybe it shows up now. I can't wait for your next session. Thank you so much.
Okay, but I submitted it twice, but somehow I said great and useful info. This is what I said.
Thank you so much. It's always nice to see members of the CAL team and other faculty, right?
So can you tell who is responding?
So the thing with Mentimeter, it is anonymous. So it's one of the great tools you can use, let's say, just to kind of get a feel for your classroom, or if you're doing a workshop or webinar.
Okay.
So these anonymous responses are great.
I agree. Very, very interesting.
Mhm.
We used something very similar in the past. I forgot the name of that thing.
Yeah, I would love if anyone wants to meet with me directly. I do have my office hours directly after this from 1 to 3 p.m. I have those every Thursday. You can also go to our PD page if you'd like to set up an individual consultation with a member of the CAL team. So I did see a question earlier when I was looking through the registrations of setting up office hours. So let me go ahead and just go here. So one of the good things about using Webex as well is that you can set up office hours for your students to meet with you. So let me go ahead and go here. Let's go to setup. So remember, you can choose your features as you set this up within Blackboard. I can do classroom collaboration, virtual meetings, and office hours. So let me click on that and apply. So now you'll see this tab with virtual meetings, or consider these your classroom sessions, and office hours right here. Now, a good thing about Webex is you can choose your office hours for the week. So let me go ahead and make these 15 minutes. And then appointment buffer, block off extra time. Let's do 15 minutes before and after, just in case it bleeds. And I can go, let's say every Monday I have 9:15. My mouse is not working, 9:15, 9:30. And then on Tuesday I have 10:30, 10:45, 11. So I can go ahead and click these individual times that I'm open. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then click on save. Okay, and that should be saved in the system. So now if my students want to book office hours with me, they can go ahead and do that. So let me view as a student. So here's the student preview. So as a student, remember that they can see two things here now that I have checked in the Blackboard setup. So I have virtual meetings and then office hours. So they can see these office hours that I'm available. So they can go ahead and click, let's say 9:15, confirm meeting. Please provide a date in the future. Let's do September 3rd, okay, 9:30. And I'll go ahead and click on that. So let me go ahead and do that one more time. So if you do want to provide office hours within Webex itself, instead of doing something else like Zoom or Blackboard Collaborate, go ahead and do that within Webex because they can see your office hours you're available. Of course, you can change this, 9:30, confirm meeting. And now I have this confirmed and they have this right here. And as the instructor, I'll see that I had that confirmation for this office hour. So it's a really nice tool that you can use in addition to those virtual meetings.
And actually, I also, you got an email to tell you there's someone booked an office hour. So it will get everything organized.
Excellent. And you can see that in your Outlook calendar.
Yep.
Yep.
Will it tell you the person's name? Will it list the name?
Let's see. Yes. So right here, I'm going to show you on my screen. So as you can see, my name's David Serna, right? I was the student, but I can see right here, David Serna is inviting you to a scheduled Webex meeting. I can add this to my calendar. So I know these are the office hours. So if I make this bigger, you can see right here, Webex office hours. If this were one of my students, let's say Fatma would say, Fatma is inviting you to a scheduled Webex meeting. It says office hours. So I know that they have booked this through Blackboard with me. I can add this to my calendar. So I'll go ahead and click on this. And then you'll see that I'm able to add this to my calendar at 9:30 and then accept it. Yeah, so I'm the meeting organizer. I don't have to respond. But if this were another student, I can add this to my Outlook calendar so I can see that, right? So I got that email right away.
And also it will give you which class, because when we got the invitation, as you can see, the Ultra Sandbox, this will be the course ID. So the faculty won't be confused too.
Excellent. Right, and you can set up different office hours for your classes. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it doesn't actually, Webex, if it's in the same time, Webex won't allow you to book the same time. So it will recognize that.
Excellent. So a nice little feature there. And I just want to check one more thing before we say goodbye. So remember, I canceled that November 24th Thanksgiving class. Let's see if it's reflected now. Not yet. So it does take time to reflect here. So just keep that in mind. So do this in advance before you have a class, not 1 hour before the class is scheduled. Any final questions that I can answer?
This is Elmira. This
Yes.
has nothing to do with Webex, but you know, when you click on student preview for any of the courses, for some reason, you cannot get yourself out of that. And it throws everything off. It looks like you have an extra person in the class. It looks like there's something you should have graded that you didn't grade. I want to know how to get rid of that.
So when you're in the student preview?
Yes, once you get out of student preview and you go back into your course, you are listed. If you go back to roster. You see how you're listed? How do I get that off?
David, I can take that.
Yes.
So if you go back to the student preview, David. So when we trying to exit the student preview, can you try to exit? They give you 3 options. So one of them, view gradebook, reset preview, exit preview. So
Yes.
I would select reset preview. And reset preview. And then let's go to the roster. No, but
As the instructor?
Then exit. No, I
Okay.
mean exit and go to as a.
And then the roster?
So so the student preview, Dr. Elmer, is just give you, as you know, it's how the student see your course. So if you want to take out all the information that you edit as a student preview, you can do the reset student preview. But this, it will just stay there for you to use the this function.
I understand that, but when I'm trying to say I go to my grade center or if I grade book, and
Yeah.
it's gonna always have, it's gonna look like something, you see how it's, go back, it's looking like something is missing. And it's doing that because I have entered as a student previewing. It's
Okay.
like it's making it look like something is missing and is red when it's nothing missing. It's just the previewer. I can't get them out.
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, we have a town hall with Blackboard, an expert in coming, and I think we might have to bring this issue to them. David, can you go back and see if the faculty were able to delete the preview on their own? So if you click on the Grade Center, the roster, and click on your student preview from the 3 dots. Yeah.
From the 3 dots. Okay.
Can you delete it? Here we go. You can delete it from here. No, the 3 dots, and on the top, do you see this? Yeah. Dr. Elmar, can you
Well,
check if
no,
you can
we
do
don't-
that?
We don't have that option.
You don't have the option, okay?
No.
Because David is system admin. So you know, we're having a town hall September. I can't remember at what time. Yeah, it's September 15. So please come in. We have a walk-in, and also we have virtual. Blackboard expert will be on campus, and we want to give them a lot of feedback, a lot of questions, so they can enhance the system.
Okay.
Yes.
So for the time being, I'll just sign on for this afternoon, and David can help me remove the former faculty from the course.
Yeah, I can do that.
She already went into preview, so she's in the course like a student.
Yeah, so let me give you my link so you can go ahead and meet with me later on, okay?
All right.
Yes, and Dr. Asangwed, thank you so much for bringing this up. I noticed this issue when I was doing the training for Ultra. I was also trying to see what my students view, and then I couldn't delete myself from
Right.
the grade book or from anything else. Yes, thank you.
Right.
And just to let everyone know that virtual town hall is with Lisa Clark. She's the rep from Blackboard. So that will be September 15th at 12:45 p.m. So that's 1 hour. I'll go ahead and send a follow-up message to everyone that's registered for this session today with the information for that.
I think Lisa Clark is the person that I attended a Blackboard session a couple of weeks ago, left over from that Blackboard Live series, and she was the one presenting. And I did ask her 2 questions, and she couldn't answer. One was the grade book has numbers that are overlapping. For example, you know, you can only change the number that is has the little square around it. And so like for A, you would have 93 to 100, but for B, you would still have that 93 listed. She couldn't answer that question.
Yeah, actually, it's a well-known complaint within the grade book. And what I know, when I attended their live session, they are working on enhancing the system. This is, they did it in a way that we cannot like edit these overall grade, which is, I agree with you, it's a little bit annoying. But coming to the town hall is really important. Come with feedback, come with question, or even complain, because they're gonna take this complaint seriously to enhance the system.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. I wrote that question down as well. I'll be meeting with Lisa before that happens.
Okay.
So we can troubleshoot, because I want that. I want to know as well.
No, this is not.
Okay.
It's a issue in the design. Nothing they can fix it now. They have to work on really redesign that overall grade.
Gotcha.
And sometimes, you know, when we first started with the grades, we didn't have all of the plus and minuses. Now that the plus and minuses are there, it's even harder to try to do the corrections, because it doesn't allow you to, once you delete, then everything is messed up. So anyway, that's something to consider.
Thank you for bringing that up as well. Any
Yeah,
final questions?
absolutely.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Dr. Elmer, you visit our great book whiz. Julian, I think he's online with us, so he's also really expert in the great book. So
I
he
have
can maneuver
I
the
have
system.
worried Julian about this. He's already heard these questions.
You're a VIP.
He's already heard them.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us have worried Julian.
Mhm. No,
We appreciate all
Yeah.
these feedback and questions because that will make us think about the system, how they gonna serve us better. We take it back to them.
mhm,
Okay. Well, that's a good point.
definitely. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. I really appreciate your time. I always value your expertise as well as your input. I hope that I can see you next week. So we have the part 2 of this Webex series, all about using those built-in tools for student engagement. That's at the same time, next Thursday on the 9th from 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time, as well as my virtual office hours are today. If you'd like to join, just click on that link. And I am there from 1 to 3 p.m. today, if you'd
Will
like to
you
meet.
send that link? Will you send that information to me so I have another person to worry now instead of always Julia?
Yeah, so Nelda, right? I'll go ahead and send you
Yeah,
an
it
email.
used to be Fatima. I was,
I'll be more than happy to help.
thank you.
Yeah, it's
Thank
my
you
pleasure.
so much. Thank you so much, David.
You are welcome.
Bye.
Well,
Okay.
thank you,
you.
everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We'll
I'll see you-
Bye-bye.
we'll be clicking on the link.
Bye-bye.
Perfect. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.